Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and Etsy. I'm spreading out my platforms because eBay, that's not why we're here to talk though. I'm not going to talk about the dismal failure that is eBay lately for me. Well, let's just say that's why I'm listing on all of those. I'm getting a bag ready over here because we're going to do a thrift haul. I went to Denver recently and I like to thrift up there when I'm visiting because I have nothing else to do and I am not making as many sales when I'm not listing and I'm away from home, so I might as well pick up good inventory, right? And that's what I did. I found some really good things. You may have already seen some reels on some of my social media here on YouTube or my Facebook group page, whatever you call it. I'll link it below. I'm just now really getting into posting there. I was posting there some when I had the in-person rack at the vendor mall down in Ferris, Texas, but now I'm just doing more, giving it a try. So I'd love it if you were to go over there and give me a follow and, check out my things, give me some comments, all that kind of stuff. But we're going to get started, and the first one is a Bolo. It is a brand that I kind of heard in my mind. It was like, I think I know this. And the more I look at this, I'm like, how did I even know what brand it was? Did I Google image it? Probably. I don't know. But this is Portland gear. Ignore this price because it was on sale. I think it was 30% off, but it was worth it even at full price, which was $12.99. This is a tote bag. It's a travel bag. It's really nice. It opens kind of stiff, and then it's got the laptop padding in there, so you can call this a weekender, or a nice work travel bag. And of course I checked the zippers and all of that. Portland gear. And this, I was like, that looks nice. It feels nice. I looked it up. I do remember people talking about this brand. This bag probably retailed for a little over $100. It also has branding. Oh, that's how I knew. It has the branding inside. Let's see if I'm going to be able to show you that. On the lining. Can you see it at all? When anything has branding in the lining, a bag, a blazer, anything with lining, when it has branding, that takes extra time and money for the company to spend, so they're proud of their brand. So that probably means it's a little bit more pricey retail. Doesn't mean it's going to resell for good money, but this bag did seem to. I've got my laptop here. I'm going to look up everything because I've created drafts for just about everything I'm going to show you. And if I can't find a draft, that means I need to create one. And why don't I have a draft for this one? The very first one, don't have a draft. Oddly, I thought I had created drafts for everything, but I have not. I haven't created drafts for most of the things in here. So I'm really confused, to be honest, because I thought I had for that bag specifically. Well, this video is going to require a lot of editing because I'm going to look it up, create the draft, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I'm listing it for because I want to do this haul and I want to get the drafts done. So I'm going to do it all at once, but I don't want you to sit there watching me in silence looking at my computer. So I'll be editing out those parts. While I'm pulling this up, I'll just tell you what I do when I research and price things is I pull up eBay and I will pull up the product research tool and I will search that way to get a sell-through rate and an ASP. And I usually price somewhere between the ASP and the average listing price. But I'll also do a quick lookup of what's actually listed. Just do a search and the actual shopping search to see what comes up too. I had done multiple searches with Google image already. Here is a flaw in my system, or a lack of system. I research my items multiple times, and that is a waste of time, or it can be a waste of time. If I'm researching again because I haven't gotten around to listing it, that can be a frustration, but this is an example where it's a waste of time. I've researched it at the store. I think I researched it when I got home, and now I'm researching it again to create the draft. So let's get the draft created. I'm very happy with this one. Portland Gear Cascade Tote. Now they do have one that's called a Weekender. This one is not that. The Weekender has a zipper part at the bottom for shoes, and they have a lot of those listed brand new online, but they don't have any of mine. In black and all that. I mean, they don't have that. It looks like they have it listed brand new for $105, not a dollar. But pre-owned, the ASP is $79.95 with 100% sell-through rate because there's none listed. So I'm going to list mine for that. $79.96 96 is always the number I use. That's the year I graduated from college, and so that's what I use. I paid $10.66 with tax, and I think I would probably get an offer for something lower than that and probably end up taking it too. But I think it's a good pickup. I'm very happy with it. It is in excellent condition. This next one I actually have already researched. Purple tag items. When I went to the Goodwill, this is where I got these first set of things, were $2.25, and they had several racks in the front with all the purple tag items. So I went through those. If you haven't seen it, I have a reel where I talk about what I didn't get, and there were some great brands. Now, if I had been at home, I probably would have gotten pretty much all of those, except for one that had a flaw. I might not have, but for $2.25, I would have picked them up, but they didn't have a good enough sell-through rate for me to bring, or they weren't something that I could learn about. And this is a brand I could learn about. Ranch Dressing. Y'all, Ranch Dressing. I can't make it up. Ranch Dressing. These are Western jeans. These are a size 20, so they are a larger size. They're very stretchy. They've got this cute star pattern on the back, and I think this might be the Ranch Dressing logo. And they are a very wide flare at the bottom. So a slim leg within a flare at the bottom. So for $2.25, I wanted to give this brand a try. Now, it did seem that the ranch dressing that sells the best is the one that has the more wild, loud prints. I think these will still do well. With tax, I paid $2.44. The ASP is $25. I'm listing mine for $29.96 to allow room for offers, and sell-through rate was not great. Okay, I went and got a cup of coffee because I kept going over and taking sips of my husband's, and it's like, I guess I feel like having a third cup because I keep drinking other people's. All right, so we did the jeans, and now I have another $2.25 item. This is a brand I don't pick up often in sport coats, Brooks Brothers, but when I find the Reserve, Brooks Brothers Reserve indicates that it has a higher quality of fabric usually, and just a little nicer. Brooks Brothers isn't this is not Brooks Brothers. I keep saying that. Josse Bank. Brooks Brothers is a much better pickup in terms of blazers, actually. This is some Italian Tessuto Marzotto wool, and it is a wool, 100% wool, I think. Wool and 5% other fibers, which I have no idea what those other fibers could be. Usually when you see that, it's some sort of metallic thing, but no. I would have thought it was a linen blend, so maybe something similar to linen, because why wouldn't they just say linen? This is a really cool brown check. I think it's a nice classic. It was only $4.99 to begin with, because people just don't buy a lot of suits at the thrift, so they tend to price them low at most places. Some places don't. But this was $2.25 when I picked it up. Josse Bank. I'm going to price it at $49.96. I didn't write down the sell-through rate or anything, but that's what I'm going to price that one for. What else did I get that was $2.25? There might be some more things in here. They're really not in any sort of order, so bear with me. Next one is a new to me brand. I got this at ARC. That is a chain of stores in Colorado. I don't know what other states might have them, but they used to be my favorite, and they have a 50% off sale on Saturday, which is not when I was there, but they are so high now. So this dress was $8.99, and I actually paid that, but the brand is Leslie Evers. And they make these cute little dresses. This is called the Betsy dress. It's a pullover style, wrinkle resistant, really cute strawberry pattern. The strawberry pattern is actually a good print to find. Now you can get this brand new on their site right now for $138. Or you can get mine for $59.96. That's what I'm going to be pricing it. With tax, I paid $9.73. On eBay, the ASP was $44. Sell-through rate wasn't that great, but and that was just, hold on. That was for all Leslie Evers dresses. They didn't have any strawberry ones in the sleeveless. They had one that was listed for $100. That was long sleeves. I went over to Poshmark. They had one listed for sale in a size small, and it was listed for $100. And then sold, there were several. So that's where I got my price, starting price. I basically just dropped the lowest, dropped the highest that I saw of the 6 dresses, and aimed in the middle. That's how I try to quickly get my pricing down. Now, if there's like hundreds of solds, I will just look at the most recent ones and kind of take a snapshot there. And sometimes I'll look at size and everything. So I'll have the only one listed. There'll be a long sleeve in a different size and a short sleeve in a different size, but there will not be any of that exact one. So I'm hoping it flies up, but you can buy it for brand new. So I don't want to price it like really high. Do we think I should price it a little bit higher than $59.96 though? Maybe I should do half of retail. Yes, I'm getting out the calculator. So 69. Let's do $69.96. We'll do half of retail. I'm sure I'll get offers, but it was a good pickup. Very happy. The next one, another full price item that I paid at another brand I had not heard of or sold. Completo Lino by Arthurio. And this is 100% linen, flax. Are flax and linen the same? It had it in a different, like in all the languages. In one language, linen is also flax. And so I'm like, are those the same? I just didn't realize it. We button up the top button. Because it's got this ruffle front. It is very wrinkled. I mean, it's linen. It needs a good steam. And it's long sleeve, lightweight, of course. I think it'll have a cute shape once it's on a person. Less wrinkled. It's that login look kind of style anyhow. But on eBay, the ASP is not, I mean, the ASP is good. It's $34, but the sell-through rate's not super hot. I paid $6.48 with tax. I'm going to list it for $39.96. There are 2 other tops in this size and colorway that are completely different, listed for $59 and $90 respectively. So I think $39.96 is a good place, especially since the sell-through rate is 30. I mean, the ASP, my words, sorry. The ASP is 34. With it being a lower sell-through rate, that's why I'm going to price it closer to the ASP. All right, this next one. Guys, let me figure out what I'm going to price this. I'll be right back. A different thrift store. I mean, I'm going to be hopping around from the thrift stores. This one's called Renewed Treasures. I think that was the first place I went. Yeah, might be. They had pants, jeans, and dresses on sale, but then I found this skirt. You know how you're just like, I think I'm going to find this brand today. It doesn't happen to me often. Sometimes I'll go in saying, I want to find this brand. But I was like, I just have this feeling I'm going to find this brand today. Double D Ranch. I love this brand. It is ridiculously expensive. This is a little skirt. It is a size extra small. It's maxi length and it has a split somewhere, I think. You know, I found one online that was similar and it had a split, but this one doesn't. So it must have been the same fabric, but slightly different. Anyway, really pretty floral. Now, usually these are more of a Western look. So this kind of threw me when I found this. But then it also has these American flags in here. So you've got your patriotic theme going. It's got some stars throughout it. So it's subtly patriotic. Everything I got at this particular store was a small size. And this one, the ASP for Double D Ranch skirts, just skirts, maxi skirts, is $59.61. Sell-through rate is, again, just, okay. I paid $7.58. I'm going to list it for $69.96. With this next one, I'm going to say I fell victim to that feeling when you go to a thrift store, you spend a lot of time in there and you haven't really found anything you want to get, but then you find something that you're like, oh, well, this is good. And then you get it and you get home and you realize, you know what, that was probably too basic. And for this particular thrifting trip, it was because I was trying not to bring things back home that were super bread and butter or basic. And I've got 4 items from this one thrift store and all of them are like that. So this is Soft Surroundings and it's 100% silk. Well, parts of it are 100% silk. The sleeves, the collar, and the front. The back of it is this other material that feels very silky, but is stretchy. It's interesting, and it's a pretty ombre tie-dye. I like it a lot. It's a tunic length, button-up. I think it would be great for summer, but it's just not going to sell for a whole lot. I'm listing it for $29.96. I paid $5.41. It'll sell. It'll do fine. But I was trying not to bring bread and butter things back. I was trying to bring, this is a lot of B's, banger brands or bolos or, brands that I could learn about. That's okay. The next 3 are going to be the same. Let me get these drafts created and I'll tell you about them. Okay, so this is going to be the best of the 4 items I picked up at the place used to be called Mile High Thrift. It's now called Red, White, and Blue. It was always owned by the same people as Red, White, and Blue, or maybe not always, but when I lived up there it was. They just had a different name, but they've changed it. This is the best of the 4. You saw the you saw the Soft Surroundings top. This is a brand called Ib Cool. Not at all saying it right, I'm sure. Ib Cool. But it's really lightweight, kind of a rip stop material as well. UPF 50 plus, and it's got this mesh underneath. It's great for tennis or golf or any outdoor sport where you want to cover up your arms so you don't get burned. Swimming probably too, beachy, and a really pretty print. I've sold a couple of these. This one I'm going to list for $39.96. I have another one I need to list too. It's $105 retail, okay, for that little item. So that was the best one I picked up. $6.48 is what I paid for that. And then this next one is the worst one I picked up. It is North Face. Great brand, great quality, size extra large. It's women's board shorts. And it's a really cute pattern. I liked the colors. I paid less than $3 for this. I paid $2.70, but I'm going to list for $19.96 because quite honestly, the ASP is $15. Low sell-through rate. So the worst pickup, but still a good brand. I'm still feel good about reselling it. It's just, I shouldn't have brought this home. That's a bins item. Like if I had found that at the bins, I'd have been like, okay, yes, I'm saving that. This is just so-so. It's Athleta. These shore break dresses, maybe they'll pick up the ASP and the sell-through rate will get better as summer goes along. These are swim dresses. They've got built-in bra tops, adjustable, racer back, usually some kind of print like this, paisley type of print. I call these Indian prints because when I went to India, I saw this type of print a lot. I don't know what you really call it because that's not really a paisley. There's a word, I'm sure, and I'm not thinking of it right now. But it's the shore break swim dress. I paid $4.39. I'm going to list it for $22.96. Right now, the ASP and the sell-through aren't super great. Now, I just copied this from another listing. Let me take a quick look at in eBay to see if the shore break is doing any better right now. It's not. So $19.96. Again, I'm okay with reselling something of that quality and style and everything. It's just not going to sell for a lot. And I don't mind selling bread and butter. I just wasn't trying to pick it up this particular trip. Okay, so the next three, also from Renewed Treasures, that first place that I went. Other than the Double D range, I think everything else I got there was an experiment, okay? Maybe not the best experiments, but like I said, I wanted to pick up things I was not as familiar with, learn about, or have them be bangers and not just bread and butter. This is a brand I've never heard about. It's a brand from the 70s and early 80s, Chemin de Fer, which is French for some sort of baccarat or something. I don't know, some sort of game. Also a tiny waist, very high rise, very 80s. Acid wash, y'all. Early to mid 80s, acid wash jeans were the thing. And you have the zippered ankles. You have that so that you could get your foot in there. Not just for style and looks, because these are 100% cotton. There is no stretch. So if you're going to fit your foot in these, you're going to have the zippers. We've added those things as decorations now. I really loved it when they had bows on the back. I had some like that. Anyway, so these, the 70s ones in this brand are going to do better. They have like a flare bell bottom. But these seem to do okay as well. They'll sell. I paid $3.79 for them. I'm going to list them for $49.96. And the ASP was $62. But again, those were all flares. These are going to do better on like Poshmark than eBay. Maybe Depop, something like that. That's my guess based on my research. So it's not really a complete guess. It is based on some research. This one, I was going to price them higher until I did see just now the damage. They've got this leather or pleather, I'm not sure which, that's peeling here. But this is a brand called Laguna Beach. And sometimes they have a skull back here. This one has the fleur de lis. Fleur de lis was so big in Y2K, late 90s. Laguna Beach Jean Company, made in USA, size 31. That thick stitch, I think it's hideous. I didn't wear the thick stitch. To my memory, I did not. I think these are more of a boot cut, but they're like a slim leg, and then the boot, so I would say flare. You got the buttoned pockets. We liked the decorations. We didn't carry cell phones, so you didn't have to be able to slip them in. What's this say? Laguna Beach Jean Company has a little metal piece there. So all these details that scream Y2K. Scream it. I thought they would do well for that reason. It's harder to find comps on Depop, so I don't comp over there. But I think these might do better there. I'm going to list them for $29.96. I paid $5.14. And then the last pair is also something that didn't seem to do as well on eBay as Poshmark. This is vintage Levi's 505 Student Fit. These are women's 28 by 32. And they are an orange tab, Levi's. These were from 99, so like the very end of the orange tab, student fit, 505 era. And they're a straight leg, as straight as you can get there, right? And still a high rise. And, you know, probably make your butt look great if you're a size 28. You probably have a great looking butt anyway. But these seem to do better on Poshmark, so that's where I got my pricing. I paid $5.14. I'm going to price them at $39.96. I haven't seen the student fit. It was like vaguely familiar, so maybe I've seen it, but I wasn't real super familiar with it. So I'm like, let me learn about these things. All right, I'm gonna pull out a few more things, get them priced, and I'll be back. All right, the next set of things. This, I think, is the last thing I picked up at the Renewed Treasures. And I was excited because it's Anna Sui. But what I didn't see was that for Target right underneath, this is a collab. And this is the second time that they've put out this dress. Once in the early to mid 2000s, and then again like 10 years later or something. They were doing like a 20th anniversary celebration with their collabs, and all the brands came out with their most popular sellers, and this was one of them. It's beautiful. It's a very small junior's size 1. I didn't realize it was a collab. Had I seen that, I would have passed. Or I would have at least looked it up. I didn't look it up to learn that it was a collab, because if I had Google imaged it, it would have come up. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's some disappointments. We're not all perfect. I don't know any reseller that's perfect. There are some that are better than others at sticking with their rules, you know, and looking things up. I paid $4.87. I'm only going to list it for $24.96. It's cute. Again, I'm not embarrassed to be putting that out in the world. It's just not quite what I thought it was. And then this next one's just beautiful. It's a new with tag express piece. This was $74, brand new. Look at that style. Now, express has been gone a while, right? But this definitely fits today's coquette, romantic aesthetic. These beautiful sheer sleeves. And that neckline, that sweetheart neckline, it's a bodysuit. Surprise! It's a bodysuit, and it's going to look beautiful on someone this spring, summer. It's got that smocking in the back. I just think it's gorgeous, and I can use a lot of different keywords for this. I didn't see this particular one in this particular size, so I'm going to list it for $29.96, which is less than half of retail. I paid $6.48. I'm sure I can take an offer and still feel good about it. And then this one, I have a few more things in here to go look up, but I've been like looking up 3 at a time. This is, the brand itself is not the pickup, Lungo Larno. It is linen, but it was a size 1X. And that's really why I picked it up, because finding good linen pieces in plus sizes can be hard. Finding good anything in plus sizes can be hard. And this is a shift dress. It's got a little stretchiness to it as well. So I like that, because not only does that give you a nice silhouette, it's a little forgiving. Linen can be stiff and not stretchy. So having those little stretch panels on the side. I loved the floral print. I got this one at ARC. I got this one at Goodwill. So we're all over the place with these thrift stores. And the Lungo Larno, which I do need to put my title in there. $5.95 is what I paid. I'm going to list for $24.96. I wanted to get more linen pieces in my closets and stores. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more things. One is a bolo. The other two, like 2 out of the 4 are, can it be bread and butter and bolo at the same time? Because to me it is. And then this one is for me, unless it's just too big, because it is a size bigger than I would normally get. It's Torrid, and I didn't know they made a line called Belle Isle. It seems to be like a resort wear, summery vacation. It's a tunic top. It's that gauzy fabric, and I just loved the color. I've recently learned that I am not a fall. I am a spring, a warm spring, and this color can do well on me. Right now, I look very tired. I look very, very sleepy. So I'm going to try that on, but if it, and I paid $4.99 plus tax. If it doesn't fit me, if I don't like it, I'll list it for $24.96 and take whatever offer I can get. This is the Bolo, Imogene and Willie, and it was vaguely familiar to me when I saw the label, and then just, you know, it just looks like, look that up, right? It's just a t-shirt. It's one that you can buy online right now. It says Gibson. It's got guitar thingies on it, whatever the top of a guitar is called. I don't know. It's called the Imogene and Willie and Gibson Headstocks tee. It is a collaboration. You can buy it for $68, but you could also buy it used from me for, what am I listing it for? Not $24.96. I'm listing this one for $44.96. I feel like, hey, you'll still get a deal. It's a size large. I paid $4.32. The ASP for these Imogene and Willie tees is $37.03. Now it doesn't have to be a Gibson collab to be good. Just Imogene and Willie itself. 59% sell-through rate. I calculate it with using eBay, and it caps that at 100, so that's a really great sell-through rate. I have the only one of these other than brand new online, so I'm thinking I'll be able to sell it pretty quickly. And then the last two are the same but different. They are Sundance. One is a size medium, one is a size XXL. They are floral thermals. I had no idea they made such a thing. To me, these look retro. This is the size XXL. It's got this pretty floral, and then it has this button sleeve. I know that Free People makes one like this. It's really popular and can go for a lot, that sleeve. Sundance, here's the label. This one I'm going to list a little bit higher than this one, which is a medium. Here's the sleeve on that one. And it's a pretty turquoise. Some people say teal. Teal is all over the place to me, but turquoise, this is turquoise to me. So it's a medium. And I'm going to list the medium, the XXL for $32.96, the medium for $29.96. I paid $5.40 for the XXL and $6.48 for the medium. You're like, why would I pay that for a thermal? Because I had a great sell-through rate. It's not as good as the Imogene and Willie, but I think these are going to sell. Maybe not as quickly because of the time period. So I need to get them listed. This is April. It was really cold yesterday here in Texas, though. So some people still may want to buy some things like that. That's all I'm going to go through right now. I have more from Denver. I have a lot. I have some shoes. I have a bag or two. I've got some more things, but I need to go make my lunch. And so maybe I'll come back and record more today. Maybe I'll get to photographing some things. I'm not sure, but I definitely need to go eat. And if you learn about any new brands or styles or anything, give me a thumbs up. Or if you just watch till this very end, I would love it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have a hype button below, click that hype button to give me a little love, and just keep listing.